I don't know who needs to hear this, but locking yourself in a room and reading for 24 hours straight is not fun. Unless you do it with a friend, of course, which is what Macy and I did. We started with reading The Cruel Prince and Heir of Fire at 6 a.m.
6 o'clock. Down and 23 to go.
That seems so awful.
Oh god.
I think the first hour flew by.
It really did. It went by pretty fast.
Okay, so turns out not a good idea to give book updates at 7 in the morning. By that, I mean we were speaking in like broken half sentences that made no sense, but we somehow like understood each other. I think it's like the one that starts
Like,
the new.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was definitely more my fault than hers. So I'll try to be fast and say that we didn't really talk much about what was happening in our books, because Macy is in the middle of a series which I will give a synopsis on book 1 later, and I wasn't far enough in my book to give like any sort of synopsis at that point. We both had only read around 40 to 50 pages, and I didn't really have much to say, but Macy was further along in her book, so here's what she had to say.
The only part that I don't like is honestly the witch part right now. I just don't understand where it's going yet, so it's just kind of, the chapters feel a little pointless to me.
We're probably gonna listen to like an audiobook and like get ready a little bit more
than just rolling out of bed.
Right.
So basically, we're gonna be listening to Green Lights because Matthew McConaughey reads it to you.
Yeah.
And I think that would be very great to listen to at 7 a.m. Back to the grind. We are almost 4 hours in. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought that I was going to read a lot faster than what I am right now, so I'm only like, I still have this to go. I've got like about,
I feel like we should mention this is
pages.
part of the Throne of Glass series.
Yep, Throne of Glass series, book 4.
If you count the prequel, it's book 4.
Yes.
Yes.
But I was hating on the witch part earlier. It's starting to get interesting. It's not as bad as what I thought. And I'm ready for this to like really start picking up. That way I can fly through it.
Oh, I'm not going to get my steps in today.
Definitely not. We haven't moved from this bed.
All right. It's time for a Throne of Glass synopsis. Throne of Glass is about an assassin that is summoned to the castle. She is there to compete in a competition against 23 other murderers, thieves, and warriors. The winner of the competition will be known as the king's champion, and whoever wins gets like released from prison and gets to serve the king as like a guard/bounty hunter. The competition ends up becoming quite deadly, and it is a battle for survival. I'm 129 pages into The Cruel Prince, and there's a plot now, which is fantastic. Our main character Jude is kind of like a baddie. She's a human being raised in the fairy world, and now she wants to be like a knight. And then our other main character, Carden, is a cruel prince. He's very mean to Jude, and they're enemies. People will get really mean when people complain about the fact that The Cruel Prince doesn't have a lot of romance in it, and then they're like, it's a fantasy book, it's not a romantasy. The series as a whole, I've been told, has a subplot of romance, though. And I'm looking forward to that, but I actually don't mind the lack of romance. Like, I'm vibing with it. I like the vibe. I like the world. It's very whimsical. Yeah. But at the same time, she wants to be a knight. Like, sword fights.
It kind of reminds me of Selena a little bit.
Yeah, except for this is much more whimsical. I feel like that's more
dark. That's why I
Yeah.
listen to Dark Academia reading playlists and I
Right.
read this series because it just like matches so well.
Right.
When Erin came over today, it really looked like she was moving in. These are all the books that she brought. By the pace that I'm reading, obviously we're never gonna read all of these books, so we just
What?
brought them all as options. I don't know really what we're gonna go to next. I've been yelling at Erin because she really needs to read The Fault in Our Stars. You haven't read The Fault in Our Stars?
I don't know.
Are you for real? I mean, I feel like you read a lot better, less cliche books than that,
But
but
I just didn't like to read when it was super popular.
dude,
And then
I might have to pull that one out as an interest because it's maybe basic, but that's a good book. So we're pretty stacked. We've got,
yeah.
it's a lot of romance and like fantasy and stuff. I feel like that's the two main genres that we have. I don't know what I'm gonna go to next after this. I might pause and move on to Don't Hate Me. Erin said there might be haters, but I might go to Colleen Hoover next just because it's quick. And I feel like since this one's taking me so long, I'm not getting discouraged, but I really today was like looking forward to like bouncing around to a lot of different new books. So
Yeah,
I
that's
might
gonna
go
be
to Verity
quick.
next. It's gonna be quick. Yeah. My roommate gave it to me. She said it was interesting, so.
Ooh, got the TBR prompts in here. Which next, I think I'm gonna go for Nothing Like the Movies, which I do have 2 copies on here. That's because I accidentally downloaded it twice. But it's the arc, and I need to read it soon, and I need to do my review soon. And like, obviously I want to read it before it comes out. I feel so special. That's the sequel to Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Just very cute, like, high school rom-com that I want to say it's not going to take a lot of thoughts, but I did, like, read the first 5 pages of it, and I have a feeling it's just going to be sad. So that might take a little more thoughts than I initially planned.
Do you want to try the TBR jar? Or should I try the TBR jar?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, we both can, like, just pull something.
Okay.
Let's mix this up. Some of these prompts might be really stupid.
Okay.
I don't know.
Never done this before. Let's see. Start a series. Okay, which
Oh.
ones are like series?
That's a series.
This is a series?
It's a series.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, this one I'm a little scared. I know I can't read this at night tonight because I will freak out, I think.
It's darker than
Yeah.
than the show is.
Okay, this is a contender, and then also is it the Red Queen? Isn't that a series? Where is it at?
Oh, it's right
Oh,
there.
it's right here.
Yeah, it is a series.
So I might go
This
to this
is
one
also
next
a
too,
series.
and that's also a series. I've got lots of options, so we'll see. But yeah, I'd say like these 3 are probably
Yeah.
the series that I would probably
This
jump
is
to.
a series.
That's a series too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I can
Like
also do that.
so many of these. The hockey romance is a series.
Good. I'm kind of glad that this left it open for me. That way,
Yeah.
I have options.
Let's see what I get. I mean, I'm not switching books right now.
Yeah.
A romance.
Wow.
Oh.
So wait,
How
that would
eventful.
work for your
Yeah, that
Kindle
works
book.
for the Kindle thing. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading The Cruel Prince, but
I'm not gonna lie, I just finished a really good chapter, so I might stick with this for a little bit longer, then switch off to something else. I don't know. One of the many options. We've got lots of time. Only like 20 more hours. We're almost under 20.
We're gonna do this.
We can do it.
Are we not reading right now? I don't know. I am excited to hear more about what.
Yeah, that was a wild first couple
Oh
minutes.
yeah, because
of
we
the
haven't even
audiobook.
talked about
Oh
that.
yeah,
yet.
the audiobook. Yeah, we listened to it while we got ready and had some breakfast, and of course it's awesome. Matthew McConaughey is awesome, but it was
I thought it was-
jaw-dropping moments.
Yeah, it was like kind of shocking. I didn't expect to hear a lot of what we heard, and he
Yeah.
just says it like so casually.
Yeah,
like
as if that's not like a traumatic event.
right. He trauma dumps.
Yeah, he does.
Kind of.
He just
but it's
reveals
not
things
like
that you wouldn't.
yeah, it's not like feel bad for me.
Mhm.
It's this is the way my life went.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then he says something sad, and then it's followed up by like jokes and like just random things that his family has said or done
Mhm.
that is very out there. I love his accent.
Yes, I do too.
love it.
It's awesome. So I'm excited to hear more of that for sure.
Yeah.
Back to the grind. Oh gosh, that was fun. stress out.
What? Wait. Fairies don't pee?
Well, don't they like not need food? Or am I making that up? Or no, that might be, I might be thinking of Edward Cullen. I can't get myself to, yeah. Lunchtime! Audiobook time. 7 hours.
Yeah. I don't know if like we need to admit that we talk a lot. Like that's why we're not
We do, yeah.
super far. Yeah. I think from what I've noticed, doing it with a friend, I'm not reading as much. And I think that's because I'm like, oh, I need to tell you.
Yes.
That like this made me think of that. And then
since like Erin's already read this book, I'm like telling her about like what I'm getting to. The audiobook has been really nice. We just ate lunch, and so it was nice to listen to.
Yeah, we're 21% through Green Lights. I feel like that's a good amount in.
I mean, yeah.
It's not very long.
No.
Which I feel like it was a good choice for that.
Yeah, like a good length. I've got about